What is up with it, B2 certified gang, man? Hey, today we gonna be reacting to FlightReacts before they were famous. And y'all already should know Flight. And y'all know how Flight act. So I wonder if his past got something to do with how he act now. Cause y'all know Flight always high. And like, you know, y'all know Flight. If y'all know Flight, if you watch YouTube, you know Flight. That's basically what I'm saying. But Flight, one of my favorite reactors. Let me tell y'all who are my favorite reactors. Flight, the Hood Babies, D Chanel. Flight, the Hood Babies, D Chanel. Flight, the Hood Babies, D Chanel. That's really about it. But you know, I watch some other people here and there. But them basically my favorite YouTubers. I mean, favorite YouTubers that react to stuff. Cause my favorite YouTubers, I got a lot of them. But let's get into the video. See if the way Flight act now got something to do with his childhood or his past. Let's get into the video. Loading and loading. What's up with the song though, Flight?
What? What? What happened? Before FlightReacts would inspire a Steph Curry meme that went so viral that even Curry himself hopped on the bandwagon.
Yeah, look at Curry, man. Just trying to do
Sports Center and everything.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, man, we gotta look at this
like
like 10
Curry,
times, man.
Just trying to do great things in the world, you know what I'm saying?
Flight loves
Facts,
Steph
yo.
Curry, bro. Steph Curry is not that good,
just
bro.
trying to do great things in the world.
LeBron way better.
Hey, man, this is just inspirational,
look at Curry, man.
Bro, I'm gonna watch
And
this
he keep
clip
watching his
like
5-second clips.
This is inspirational,
This
bro.
5-second clip over.
Just trying to do great things in the world.
This is
you know what I'm
lit.
saying?
Before FlightReacts would have over 250,000 followers on Twitter, almost 400,000 followers on Twitch, close to 1 million followers on Instagram, and over 4 million combined subscribers between his two YouTube channels at the time of this recording. Before FlightReacts would start dropping banging rap tracks of his own.
He can rap, but not that good.
FlightReacts has been around for a minute, creating viral.
Bruh, that song right there is funny, but it's bad, but it's not bad. It's bad because it's like, it didn't sound good, but it sounded good. I know y'all get what I'm saying. Y'all probably feel the same way. It's funny though, because it's Flight, and it's like, come on now, Flight. But let's get back to the video.
Content for YouTube and other platforms. Now, my man's been holding down the fort since the early part of this decade, which is actually around the same time that I first started this channel as well. He's a brother from another mother, I tells ya. Now, the kid, he has blown up off his reaction videos from anything like trick shots.
Ooh! I'm so sleep. You got the sauce? You definitely got the sauce. How did he do that? Look how little room he has. Look how much little room he has.
Boy, Flight get more, like he get hyped about the smallest things, bro.
Let's fire up the grill.
To women judging his looks.
FlightReacts.
Yeah, you know the name, girl. But I don't know what's so funny.
And with his bigger-than-life personality, well, he's taken the internet by storm. And that's without even mentioning the series of content he posts involving sketches, basketball players. There's pranks, there's basketball players, there's video games, and yeah, well, even more basketball players. During hard times like these, when the world doesn't have any sports, well, at least we still have FlightReacts holding down the fort. Now, for this video, I was actually able to get in contact with the man, and he helped me out by answering a whole bunch of questions. So this one is kind of like a collab video.
Calm your horses, but who's ready to go? Because I ain't a bit. Let's get.
What's going on, guys? It's your boy Michael McCrudden back at it again with a brand new Before They Were Famous, and this one was requested by you guys, a whole bunch of ya. Now, in the past, we've done similar videos on the likes of Chris Smooves, Corey X Kenshin, RDC World, and Love Live Surf. Now, of course, this show, it works off requests from you guys, so you gotta let me know who's next in the comments down below. You can also hit me up in the DMs at McCrudden or at the number down below. Text me. Stop calling me.
If you watch
any
these,
sleep,
I'll blow you out of basketball.
So just text, alright? Now let's get into this video.
I'll blow you out of basketball.
subscribe, and hit that bell. Boom! FlightReacts was born Kamani White on August 7th, 1995 in Washington, D.C. Now, Flight, he spent the first year of his life living in the D.C. area, but at the age of 1, his family would pick up and move to West Palm Beach, Florida, where he still lives to this day. Now, Flight's dad, he worked as a wedding photographer, while his mom, she stayed at home and helped out the home front. He also has one sister who he's extremely close with. Now, Flight's parents, they were always supportive of his goals, and their hardworking nature, it inspired their children to stay focused and to keep out of trouble, at least for the time being. We're not there yet, because he does get in trouble. It's a little later in the story.
Usually, I'll always have the camera anywhere we go, but the way my parents are, they're very private with their lives, so unfortunately I will not be able to get nobody as soon as we get out this car on camera. But when we finish, you know what I'm saying, we're gonna check in with you guys. Hopefully she don't, boo-boo herself too much or get too shaky or make, herself look way too bad in what she's trying to make herself look.
What happened?
I'm trying to let her know that she has nothing to worry about. My parents are very welcoming people. They're old school, they're really not people to just really fear. Like, they keep it real just like every other parent.
That's not the point. I never met parents before.
Growing up, Flight's top 2 priorities, they were basketball and music.
Basketball and Flight not even good at basketball. Bruh, if you're not good at basketball, do not play ball collect.
His biggest influences were Allen Iverson, Snoop Dogg, Fabulous, Chris Smoove, and of course, Stephen Curry. Oh! That was a pass! Oh, that was a pass! Oh, I've never seen that! At first Flight, he attended school at Liberty Park Elementary from kindergarten to grade 2. He then moved on to Chloe Lake Elementary from grade 3 through 5, before arriving at Okeeley Middle School for grade 6 through 8. Okeeley? I guess it doesn't sound that strange.
Right.
Whatever.
What is it? Okeeley.
No, Flight, he found elementary and middle school to be a rough time in his youth. There was a lot of gangs, there were fights, there were drugs, and violence that intersected with his daily life. Now, he was bullied a lot in grade 4 and grade 6 because of trivial things like the type of shoes he wore.
Officer, I got one question for you.
What are those? One day while walking home from school in grade 7, Flight, he was jumped by a gang and attacked. Now, it turned out to be a case of mistaken identity. The intended target was someone else who just looked like him. But, the damage had already been done. To make matters worse, his dad, he also lost his job around this same time, and he was out of work for close to a year. Now, at this point, everything in his home life, it was becoming very difficult, and Flight, he took it out by acting at school like a punk. He would get into fights, he would run his mouth at the teachers. He basically just turned into the guy he's not today. You know what I mean? Like a troublemaker. Like a prick. Like a kid with a chip on his shoulder. It happens.
Okay, if you pass it, which means in her terms of passing, it's a D, which actually
I watched this a long time ago.
If I get a 60 or higher, she's not going to call my mom. If I get an F, she's going to call my mom right after. She said she's going to be, I was going to be a first one. The first one out of 35 degrees.
Congratulations. You played yourself.
It's like weird, bro.
78. I didn't get anything higher than a 75. That was my highest test score on a math quiz or test that year, dude.
That's a shame.
Flight's next chapter would come to define his life to this point. Now, Flight's mother, she transferred him to newly built Palm Beach Central High School, and it was her hope that the school would offer her son better influence and keep him out of trouble. Now, her gambit, it paid off in the 9th grade. Flight joined his first and only basketball team. It was something he deeply enjoyed doing, but unfortunately, midway through the season, he got a high ankle sprain, and he couldn't play in any more games.
I was gonna say, did Flight even play any games? Flight ain't that good at basketball, bro. Flight, like I said, I will blow you out in basketball. Hey, Flight tall, dude. Flight tall too, so I wonder like Flight don't know how to play basketball, bro. Like, he probably got enough. I ain't trying to.
During the downtime he spent healing while Flight, he became depressed from not being able to shoot hoops and partake in one activity that was keeping him off the streets and, out of trouble. So he started smoking weed during that summer, heading into grade 10, and as this habit picked up, his grades, they began to drop. His GPA, it fell as low as 1.6, and he was rendered ineligible to return to the basketball team because of his poor academics. Now, Flight, he tried to fill in this hole in his life by taking on part-time jobs, So first he got a gig working at Steak and Shake. But he soon got let go from that job for showing up at work high all the time. And then he would mess up everyone's order. Next he tried his hand at working at Chick-fil-A. But that gig, it didn't turn out any better. Now Flight, he was out of that job in 4 months' time. Now it was during all this that Flight, he first came by the handle that the world would one day call him by. Now as he continued to attend most of his classes in the 10th grade high, well, people around school, they started dubbing him as Flight. Because he was always on flight.
Oh, that's why he got his name.
The guy was high as a kite. So Flight, it makes sense. Now, as difficult a moment as it was in Flight's life, well, it was actually a bit of a blessing in disguise. Because with all this downtime, he started gaming a lot more and watching YouTube, where he fell in love with content creators like Chris Smooth. Now, watching these videos, it inspired Flight to create his own content. And when he realized that someone could take a hobby and actually make a career out of it, well, the guy was on a brand new path.
I actually started off YouTube about 4 years ago, around that time, and my original account was called Mr. Big Boy 305. And when I had first made a YouTube account, I actually didn't start off making videos. I actually rather did NBA mixes and did tutorial mixes on just different things in life.
Now Flight would hold off on chasing his dreams until after graduating high school, which came a little bit later than it does for most. Now with his low GPA and after having failed his FCAT reading state test, well, it took Flight well into his 5th year at Palm Beach Central High School to graduate. Now Flight, he worked his off to get those numbers back up and looking respectful. And he worked hard enough that he was even accepted into Palm Beach State College, so good for him, which he attended for 1 month before he dropped out to pursue the career that he knew was already calling his name. Now working off his own muscle while Flight, he got his YouTube channel, Not Your Average Flight, and FlightReacts off the ground and soaring. Sorry for the pun, but I just had to. Now at first, a lot of his content, it was video game related. We're talking 2K and NBA Live.
Not your average Flight coming at you when it's time to get right. Coming into a My Team game, road to the playoffs. Adjusting my lineup, I'm looking at his lineup. His lineup's looking a little iffy. And my lineup's looking a little spiffy. But let's see, you can't judge a book by its cover. So hey, well, the game will determine who is a better team.
But it was the videos in which he put his personality front and center that really began to pay off for Flight.
Can I get a Netflix and chill for anybody lost in the world? I hate talking about stuff like this, man.
Before he knew it, Flight was a bona fide YouTube personality and pulling in hundreds of thousands, if not millions of views on the regular. Now, Flight's clout had exploded so much so that he even began dating rapper T.I. from Taylor Girls throughout 2017 and 2018. And this was a relationship that he documented heavily on his channel.
Lick the other person's forehead.
Her name is
Wait,
Ty.
I lick your forehead or you lick my forehead?
I think this is for both of us. When it's a dare, I think it's for both of us. Okay. Almost sexiest lick I've seen.
What?
The Flight's come up and has been so prolific that he's also got fans out there who are looking to make sure he winds up on the Golden State Warriors. Yeah, playing next to his favorite player of all time, Steph Curry. Man, I don't know if it'll happen. I guess if there were a season for it to happen,
do that,
this
though.
is
Let
it.
play one,
there isn't even an NBA.
2-3 minutes.
Hey man, this is just inspirational, bro.
Man.
Bro, I'm gonna watch this quick clip for like 5 minutes, bro. This is inspirational, bro. I don't care what anybody says. This is lit.
Even if it's only for a 10-day contract during a season that's been more or less canceled, well, I still think he'd take it. And do you think he's got a shot in hell? Let me know if you think so in the comments down below. Be interested to hear what you guys have to say. As for the rest of the story, well, I think I'm going to wrap this one up here because this is before they're famous. My name is Mike McCrudden, but you already know that. Thank you so much to FlightReacts for getting back to our questions. We hope he shares this video so more people can find it. And you guys got to let us know who's next in the comments down below. Also, if my hair's wacky, it's because I can't get it cut. There's nothing I can do. I'm filming these videos all by myself. There's no one working the camera, no one working the audio. And we do this every day. So, I'm falling apart here, people. Alright, I'll see you guys in another video. Boom!
Hey, that's the end of the video. Hey, y'all, they need to go and let Flight play them 2-3 minutes with Steph Curry on the team. Hey, that's gonna be funny though. That's gonna be the funniest thing ever. Cause Flight already can't play basketball. Then he gonna be so hyped. Let him just touch the ball and pass to Steph Curry. He gonna be so hyped. Hey, but so that explains why Flight act how he act. You know how he be high all the time and stuff like that. Well, he got addicted to weed, I guess. But that's the end of the video. Y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Y'all what y'all want to see next in the comments. And your boy out. Peace.